Hello everyone, this is Module 1 EDL 853. My name is Mandy Berger, and this is a little bit about myself. I live on a farm northeast of Wilson Lake with my family. My husband and I have 4 girls. Our oldest just graduated and moved the very next day to Colorado to become a nanny, and she plans on studying agronomy at CSU. Then we have a 6th grader, an 8th grader, and a soon-to-be 3-year-old. We're super busy. Like I said, we live on a farm. My husband farms. We raise wheat, beans, and milo. So like a lot of farmers in our area, the last couple days have been crazy. It's finally starting to dry out, so we are trying our hardest and fastest to get all our spraying done and our planting done because everyone is super far behind because of the rain. On top of that, my 8th grader is on a traveling softball team, so that keeps us super busy. We also do 4-H, and the girls have 4-H animals, and I love to garden. Right now, I teach 7th, 8th, and senior English, along with 8th grade and high school FACS class. Weird combination, I know, but it works great. I love both English and FACS. I don't know which one I'd give up if I had to choose, so it works out great that I can do them both half the time. So to start with, the critical reflection of my district. Right now I'm in my 4th year at USD 299 Sylvan Lucas Unified. We're broken into 2 buildings, pre-K through 6th building and a 7th through 12th junior or senior high school. We are a title school, so we're pretty lucky. We have 2 reading specialist teachers at our grade school level, one that strictly does K through 3rd, and another that works with our 4th and 6th graders, which was just something new that we got last year, which is already just after 1 year, we've seen huge improvements. Each building has their own SPED teacher and SPED department. We don't have to share, which is nice. This last year at the grade school, we started using Spiral Up and Ames Web, which I know several districts around us were already using both of those, so we were kind of behind the ball, and they have been great. Ames Web is awesome. It gives you lots of data points throughout the year. It helps break up your kids and helps with tiers, which is, I know Ames Web has been a super big help with our title teachers. Approximately, we have roughly 40 students in our SPED department between the 2 buildings. And I do know at the grade school level that the resource room uses Reading Mastery and Foundations, and at the high school they use Reading Masteries, but I'm not really for sure that they use Foundations anymore past that 6th grade level. Critique of my own use, I know I could do better. I do have some students last year that were in the SPED program that were in my class. One would come in, get their assignment, and then get pulled to work with para support one-on-one, and then I had 3 other students stay in with the para in my room. So, when I have students like that, I do have lower grade materials that I use. I do modifications. Like I mentioned, para support. We also have Google extensions that I like to use, especially when it comes to writing or reading our novels, such as voice to text, and we do a read share program where we can find a lot of our novels online that can be read to those students, which I know for struggling readers is a huge help. I think one of the biggest things, not only for SPED students, but any students in general, is for teachers to find and allow them other ways to show what they've learned. Whether it's through them making a video on the iPod, a slides presentation using Prezi or Google, or there's so many other apps out there that let you make awesome presentations, or just to stand up in front of the class and do presentations, different kinds of reports. I think a lot of times we get in this little box where we think a test is the only way we can measure what a student has learned, and that's not true. And I think, allowing them other ways to show us What they've learned is a great tool to have for SPED students and just every student in your classroom in general. Now, my plan and how budgeting might affect that. I think not only myself, but my district needs to look into other programs that have been successful for other schools. And another thing we struggle with at our school, like we are a small school. At our high school, I think there's 98 kids. At the grade school, there's 80 some. So we're not a big district. We are 1A. Newer technology would be a huge help, especially in the SPED department. We do have a one-to-one student computer laptop ratio at the high school. At the grade school, there are iPad carts in some of the rooms. A lot of our equipment is used, so half the time it doesn't work. It would be nice to get some newer equipment. It'd be nice for the teachers to have whiteboards. When we can use the technology that's out there to help our students, in my opinion, that's one step that we can make into closing that gap between SPED and just the regular classroom. And I also think anytime as a teacher we can implement more hands-on learning or PBL learning, it will benefit not only our SPED students, but our students in general. So that's a little bit about me and my district, and can't wait to see what I learn this semester. Thanks.